Hello fam, I know you've always been eating fried pancakes. Today let's try baked pancakes. So in a bowl I'm going to be adding my flour. I'll leave the measurements and then the ingredients I use in the description below. I'm going to sift it because I've had it for a while and I want to make sure there are no impurities in there. I would highly recommend you do the same. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and then 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I'm also going to add in 1 cup of sugar, and then I'm going to mix everything together well with a whisk. Mix very well till it's combined thoroughly. Once we have in all our dry ingredients, that is our flour, our salt, and then baking powder, and it's mixed properly, we are then going to add in our wet ingredients. I'm going to start with eggs. I used 2 eggs for this recipe, and then I used a 1/4 cup of cooking oil. You can also use melted butter if that's your preference. I'm also going to add some whole milk. I'm using Happy Milk lactose free milk, which is lactose free and it's good for people with lactose intolerance. We are going to add 1.5 cups of the milk, and they are going to mix that very well. This process is very crucial. If you don't take care, it might develop some lumps. Initially I was using this whisk and I realized that it wasn't so stable, so I went for a much more stable whisk. And also with the milk I realized that it wasn't so much, so I added another 1/2 cup of milk to it. So in all I used 2 cups of milk, but then you can do as you wish. So I'm trying to whisk that well and combine everything properly so that we can start the baking process. You can see that now like everything is coming together, it's looking nice and it's looking very yummy. So this is when I added more milk because I felt like the consistency was too thick for me. But then based on what you want, if you want a thick mixture, that's also fine. As I said, I'm going to leave all the ingredients I use and then the measurements in the description box, so all that important information is going to be there. So we're going to be baking this, right? And I'm going to put my parchment paper in my baking pan and then transfer the entire mixture into the pan. So I don't know if I've said that I actually saw this recipe on Netflix. It was a show, I think it was called Nadia's Easy Eat. I don't remember the name, but I'm going to look for it and then put it in the description box. I'm surprised that I've actually forgotten about it, but then she has like a lot of amazing recipes. I saw this and I was like, yeah, sometimes it's so tedious to be frying one pancake one after the other, and this is actually cool. Like you bake the whole thing, you take the portion you want to eat or give out, and you're good to go. So this is definitely going to be how I'm going to be making my pancake from now onwards, and it was really good as well. So like you guys should try it. And then at this point you can add any toppings of choice. I wanted to add jam. I had this fruit mix jam that I had, it was so good. I decided to add that, but then you can add anything of choice. If you want to add peanut butter, if you want to add chocolate, if you want to add whatever you want to add, you can actually do it. So now we are going straight into baking. So I actually did preheat my oven to 220 degrees before putting in the batter, and I still use the 220 degrees, and I baked this for about 30 minutes. I timed it, and that was the time that I felt like it was ready, but then I kept checking it to make sure that it was good, it was baking and all of that. So this was it in the oven. I was gonna check on it to see if it's actually baking and if it was turning out well, because as I said, this is my first time trying it, or this was my first time trying it, so I was a bit scared, but it came out really good. So this was 30 minutes later. You see how it has risen, like it's actually very thick. And here I was, you can see the jam that we put in. You can see it doing its own thing there, and it's very beautiful. So I'm just gonna cut them into the sizes I wanted to cut them into squares, so that's actually what I'm doing. You can cut them into any size or any shape that you want based on how you want to share it. So this was the time that we are getting ready to taste it. I mean, nobody had to tell me it was delicious because I could see it, I could smell it, I could feel it, and I knew that was going to be good. Now when it comes to serving it, it depends totally on you and how you want to enjoy it, right? So you can serve it like how you serve your everyday pancakes, everyday fried pancakes, right? So this is me just, you know, picking some. You can see that it actually really, it's thick, like how when you fry it becomes. I actually really loved how it turned out, because I was actually scared that, will this work? I mean, you just see a recipe online, you're like, let me go and try this, but it came out so well. And as I said, this is exactly how I'll be enjoying my pancakes from now onwards, because it's easy and it's fast and there's little to no work. You just mix the batter, you put it in the oven, you go and do what you have to do, come back 30 minutes later and it's ready. How easy is that? So I'm going to add some whipped cream to it. I also added some of the jam. I mean, this is a sweet tooth recipe, so if you're not somebody who loves those things, you can pass. I know my sweet tooth would definitely try this. I'm also going to pair it with some apples and banana. This was so delicious. You can have it however you want. I hope you love this recipe. I hope you're going to try it. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't. Bye!